Hey, good afternoon, everybody, or good morning, depending on when the video comes out or where you're at. It's been a while since we posted something. That's okay. It's been a busy time with the platoon leaders class, the boards, getting applicants and whatnot. I do apologize for that. But today's video, what I wanted to talk about is kind of the current state of the OCC-230 class. Right, as right now they're heading to week 9. They graduate next weekend. So we're gonna have a few new second lieutenants in the Marine Corps. But as a potential aspiring Marine applicant, either looking at the summer classes for platoon leaders class or OCC-231, or in the future classes, what I wanted to talk to you about is the current state of the class that is going through now, so that it can hit home a little bit and you can understand some of the preparation that you still have left to do. I do want to throw some stats out there. The first one is, this winter, you had 414 officer candidates selected to attend officer candidate school. 414. There's always, out of those 414, there's some that do not go for whatever reason, personal reasons or whatnot. So we're looking at about approximately 400 candidates that showed up to Brownfield whenever OCS picked up, which is January, during that time. Since that date till now, week 9, they have dropped, officer candidate school has dropped 117 officer candidates. Keep this in mind, everybody. These are not individuals that are not screened. These are not individuals that are just qualified. These are individuals that were hand selected by a board above their peers to attend officer candidate school. 117 have been disenrolled from officer candidate school. Out of those 117, 2 have been dropped for leadership. 17 have been dropped for what's called inability to adapt, or in other words, the instructors there feel that person cannot handle the life of being a military officer, a Marine Corps officer at that. 12 have failed the initial physical fitness test, the initial one. 14 of those officer candidates, college graduates, have failed academics. 14 of them. 2 have been disenrolled for integrity. 17 quit. And 36 of them have failed for injuries. I made other videos in regards to what I think that is. It says 36 failed for injuries. Whether you agree with me or not, it doesn't matter. I would tell you right now, about 25 of them quit, and the other ones were legit injuries. It is what it is, guys. If you get upset, whatever. But that's what it is. 25 were probably quitters at some form, way, or whatnot, and then the other 9 or what it is, or the other 11 probably got injured in a manner that they couldn't continue training. And then 7 are other could be family issues, whatnot, and what it is. So 117. That's approximately. I didn't do the math. I may have left a couple off, so don't hit me on the math part. But 117. So you training for OCS, you need to understand that it is not like when you went to college, where there was a curve. You in that last semester of college, or any semester, where you're paying large amounts of money to college and they feel a need to graduate. OCS does not operate like that. If you show up week 9 with a 79.9%, you're going to see the colonel. And there is a very good chance that you will be disenrolled from officer candidate school. This is not like college. This is not like anything you've experienced before. If there are 10 candidates going into the last board that are not meeting the 80% standard, 8 are going home. And these are the ones, and I'm talking about 79.8%, they're going home. If you do not meet the standard, you will not graduate OCS. Regardless of whether the staff likes you, that's irrelevant. There is a standard for a reason, and it's a strict one at that, because there's a certain system that OCS has to determine if you have what it takes. If you don't meet the 80, then you do not have what it takes with that. And the other stat that I didn't mention about those 117 is there's still one more board left. And there are approximately 20 candidates not meeting those standards. So we can potentially have 130-ish, 140 candidates still that will get dropped for the winter cycle. Just keep that in mind, because I want you to prepare yourself and train and do the best you can to succeed at Officer Candidate School, because it is not a give me. It is not a give me. And for lots of you, you've grown up in an environment where things are kind of, they lead you along the way. You try kind of average and you can still get a passing score at college. OCS is a rude awakening. You're going to get what you earn. If you're falling asleep in class, if you're not sounding off, if you're making those comfort-based decisions, you're probably going to end up back home. And for whatever reason, you're going to lie to everybody as to why you're back home, because that's what human beings do. But don't put yourself in that situation. Train now and prepare for that. And I'll leave you with this. Again, as a former sergeant instructor, have you ever thought about what a sergeant instructor is doing in between cycles? Well, I'll tell you what we were doing, and I'm going to tell you what that staff sergeant and that gunnery sergeant is doing as soon as he graduates that January class. He is slaughtering his body for you, the summer class. That staff sergeant and that gunnery sergeant is putting in 7-8 miles a day running with they're hiking 12 miles. They're running the obstacle course every day. That is what they are doing. And I just talked to a sergeant major. We had a trip to Marine Corps Air Station Miramar, and he mentioned that as well. These instructors are getting ready for you, because they understand that they have an important task of filtering out potential Marine officers. You're not going to get a light instructor, no matter who you are. These guys are going to be the best physically fit Marines, staff NCOs in the Marine Corps waiting for you. So if you don't do what it takes right now, that gunny and that staff sergeant is gonna show you that you didn't do what it took to prepare for Officer Candidate School. So you need to be working harder than they are, because I'm telling you, those guys right now, before they even start their run, they're executing the obstacle course 2 times. And then they're probably going on a hike. That's all they're doing. They're just getting ready for you. So I encourage you to not take this lightly. Summer class, we're like 89 days away, 88 days away, and time's going to fly by. Every day that you make that comfort-based decision, it's a day that you wasted where you could have been better. And not just the instructors. There are other candidates throughout the country that are getting better because they know that you're coming and they must be better than you. You're a human being. Do not allow that to happen. You control your fate. Obviously do your best, get over that 80 and graduate OCS. As difficult as it is, it's doable. You just got to get strong up in your mind and get strong in your body. That's all that I have for you. Thank you.